I love HEB. I miss it, man.
Oh, it's my favorite place.
And one disappeared off the scene.
I don't know, but I'm trying to like share the link right now because I know Rick wants to watch it, and so does my manager Orlando. So they're trying to like find the link, and I'm like, guys, you have to wait till we go live.
One usually, you'll have to ask Juan when he gets back, because you can stream it to your page, and they can watch it from there or something like that.
Yeah,
I'll tell Juan when he gets back. He ran to the bathroom, I believe. Oh, hey Juan. Juan. She wants to know how to stream it so everybody can view from her page or however y'all do that.
Go to the Facebook page, Tejano TV or Mazz Radio, and just share it.
Oh, share it from there.
oh yeah.
Did you get that, Hilda? Because I don't know what it is either.
Okay.
No, I got this.
All right. We're fixing to go live.
Okay. It's the Marcus Daniels Show.
Here's what's trending now on Tejano TV.
Te agradezco por las horas y momentos de amor, esos días de mucha pasión.
It's Friday and I'm ready para celebrar. Si empieza en la pachanga quiero parrandear. Con todos mis compas yo quiero cantar. Arrepiéntete, que sin ti la vida no va a ser igual. Arrepiéntete.
For new music videos like these, make sure you guys download Tejano TV on Roku, Apple, and Android.
You are watching Tejano TV. Don't change that channel.
Tejano TV presents. It's the Three Amigos Show! Starring Big Daddy D. Burleson, the Midnight Cowboy Marcus Daniels, E.L. Guy, Juan Mendoza. Tonight's special guest, CHR recording artist Hilda Lamas. Brought to you by Mas Chingon Radio, LilaLisaPromotions.com.
Hey, baby.
Menantes Publishing, the Songwriter's Choice. Archie's Homestyle Burgers in Cotulla, Texas. The Tejano Conjunto Music Superstore, Janie's Record Shop. And Tejano TV. And now, let's get on with the show.
All right, howdy. Thank you so much for joining us here on a Wednesday evening, right here on Tejano TV. We're the Three Amigos. Thank you so much for joining us here. Hopefully, you guys are having a great day, a great week, and happy late Memorial Day, and happy day to everybody out there. Hopefully, you're having a great night, and the anticipation is over because we're here. We're here to brighten up your Wednesdays. We know there's no podcast going on right now on a Wednesday, so we're the only ones. Actually, I think there's probably like 50 of them going on right now at this point. But anyways, we're here. We're streaming live. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Tejano TV. We're on Mazz Radio. Download Tejano TV on Roku, Apple, and Android. We're all over the place. So you can't miss us. We're all over. But thank you guys so much for joining us here. And, of course, we want to thank our awesome sponsors, my beautiful wife, Lila Mendoza, with Lila Lisa Promotions, Janie's Record Shop, Archie's Homestyle Burger, Menantes Publishing, and Nuestra Música Monthly Magazine. And I am El Más Chingón, Juan Mendoza.
And I am Dave, a spokesperson for Mana, which is Make American Native American Again.
Marcus Daniels, Midnight Mariachi.
And our special guest tonight, we have
Hilda Lamas, y'all.
Yay!
Hi.
Hilda, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm a little nervous because this is my very first time in the Three Amigos show. Like, I want y'all to know this.
That's okay. It's like recovering from burns. You'll get over it.
We're the sunburn or what?
No, we're the acid bath. I don't know.
Oh man. Hilda said that she was nervous being on the show because we're too much.
Oh, is that true?
D makes me nervous. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Ah, dude. Okay, fine. Wait, there.
Finally,
Marcus, you got this.
Marcus, you got it.
Finally, someone understands how I feel about these two. They make me nervous.
Oh, so it's not just me, Marcus.
It's not just you.
What the heck?
Oh,
How are you gonna feel nervous with us?
Wait. Let's just back up a moment here. She says we're too much. This is from a couple that just moved into a brand new house with a huge backyard. As a matter of fact, she's recording from her nook. It's got a name. It's called a nook. And
Well, that's what it's called. Y'all, look, check that backyard out. I'm gonna try not to I already unplugged my light and I unplugged my charger already. Hold on, I'm gonna turn it off.
Oh, you're too much. See, look at you. She's taking over the show, folks, already. Man, 2 seconds in, and she's like, already. This is the Hilda Lamas show.
She's hanging out in her studio. She's got scotch
How
and
can
water.
you have a beautiful backyard and not show it off? Like, if I could do the show from outside, I would, but it's gonna get dark in a little bit. So.
No. We found out something crucial, though. I was talking about how Rick was going to have to mow the backyard, and Hilda says, "No, I mow the backyard." I've always grown up. It was always guys mowing the backyard, and ever since you were 14, you've been mowing.
14.
You had your own.
Okay, so we got to get the backstory. So I'm the second oldest of 8 kids, and the first 4 are girls. So we had to pitch in and do all that work. So I started young, cutting grass at the house, and by 14, I was cutting the yards of little old ladies at church, and they would pay me, and so I made money. So I didn't mind because I was banking.
That sucks. I have 6 sisters, 4 of who are older, yet I still had to mow the backyard. I just had to mow the lawn, mow the neighbor's lawn, mow the church lot. I had to, yeah. My dad would rent me out, and all I got was a bag of chips and a soda for payment. Oh yeah.
But you know what, D? It built character. Look at you.
You would not be what you are today, man, if you were not cutting that grass.
Yeah, they call it abuse nowadays, but no.
Character
Call it.
building.
But see, look how perfect that grass is, though.
I know.
Right, it's pretty good, right? Let's look at my grass cutting skills right there. I
need to
gotta fix that bush in the back because
I was gonna say that bush in the corner. That bush in the corner is
I
gonna
just
have.
haven't had time. I gotta figure out what I want back there. So
Where's Rick's barbecue pit?
She's gonna put a gazebo back
y'all
there.
Want to see the barbecue pit? Okay, I'll tell you guys about the barbecue pit in a little bit, but let's see if you can see it. I don't know. It's
oh my gosh, she's got a sunroom.
Yeah. It's not a sunroom, guys.
Yes, it is.
It's
that is a sunroom. It's got a trellis and everything.
She's gonna put a jacuzzi back there for her and Rick. You know.
Wait.
Actually, no. I want to put a pool and a hot tub. I want both. And I want a lot of things.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are interviewing Hilda Lamas. Wait, Hilda, would you tell us what is the name of the subdivision that you live in? It's called what?
Palm Valley.
Oh yeah,
Palm
Valley.
It's like a little town. It's like a population of 1,400
It's like Rodeo
people.
Drive in Hollywood. Come on, Palm Valley.
And what was your butler's name?
Palm Valley, Texas.
And the butler's name?
Yeah. What's your butler's name?
Rick Garcia. I kid, y'all. I kid. There is no butler. I do a lot of stuff by myself. Of course, Rick helps, and I've got some really amazing friends who come and help me when I really.
I thought she was gonna say Jeffrey or Jeeves.
Oh yeah, wait. Let's talk about her amazing friends. She's friends with Disney princesses like Adasa, Rita Capuchina, Patty Torres, Elida. Let's see, Stephanie Montiel. All the divas and all the female lead vocalists and yeah.
Well, don't forget Shelly. Shelly's a friend too. And
yeah.
Shelly. Yeah, Shelly's awesome.
Shelly who? Lattice? I don't think I know that name.
No, I don't. Yeah, no.
Until she kicks you, and then you're gonna remember who she is.
Right? Yeah. That's
Hey, hey,
yeah, she's watching.
I was the recipient of when she first started kickboxing. So yeah, we were at Texas Records, and she would come in after her kickboxing sessions. Yeah,
Wow.
So can we like recreate that moment with you and her and like demonstrate or something?
When they meet again, I'm gonna bring it up to her. Hey, can you
no.
just kick? Can you kick them for old time's sake?
please do.
Yeah. And can we get it on camera, please? We would love a live stream demonstration. That would be great.
She earned the name Little Miss Dynamite. Trust me.
Well, he lets Delia slap him, so I mean, why might as well.
Oh yeah, well that's.
It sounds like D just likes to be slapped around by
Oh wait, whoa! How did we get way off? We were talking about backyard beauty, and
Angela, we find out.
good evening. Welcome to the Three Amigos Show. Yay!
Hey, has the show started? Have we started the show yet?
Hey, wait a minute. Marcus hasn't said anything yet. Usually Marcus gets the fight started, and Hilda's been doing it all by herself, and well, with a little help from Juan.
Okay, fine then. I'll just stay back, relax.
So Hilda, how are you doing? What's going on in that fabulous rock star life of yours?
I mean, it's not really a rock star life, but it's a great life. I really can't complain. Even like the bad stuff, it just all the good stuff outshines. So yeah, but it's truly been amazing the last, I don't know, couple of years down here in the Valley. I absolutely love it. Night and day from Corpus. You know, I spent about 12 years in Corpus Christi, which it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. Like I have a special place in my heart for Corpus, but the Valley just...
It's not humid.
Yeah, you know, I don't even know.
The mosquitoes are
You know what
bigger.
it is? No, but the people are nicer. I will say that. It's like it's almost like it's
Wow,
not
she
that Corpus
just
people
dissed
are
the whole.
rude. It's just
You just dissed the
Valley,
whole
like
city.
it's a whole nother culture.
No,
but it's
you
like a whole nother culture down here. It's
You
crazy.
just dissed the city of Corpus Christi. You just they're all real total a-holes. You know.
I did not say that, D.O.
I'm sorry. I'm interpreting for those of us that are.
I'm gonna have to call my friends in high places. Be like, can you get them off the show? Where's the producer of this show?
Oh wow! Hey Juan, you're gonna get a call from Trump.
From Trump.
It's okay. I'm on a shit list anyway, so
You're
might
gonna
as well.
get canceled.
He wants to throw me over the border anyway, so you know.
And they're gonna
OMG,
treat
okay.
Marcus like Diddy. Wow.
The freak offs that he had over there in Victoria this weekend.
Yeah, Marcus, how was your Memorial Day weekend? Marcus was sending us random videos of just places he was at and things he was doing, and it was just, nondescript stuff. You just hear music playing in the background and just a shot of a wall or a stage and a DJ. We don't know what Marcus was doing in the background.
I'm just to write a description. I just send a video and don't.
Yeah, it was like you butt dialed a video. It was like, here's where I am at 3:30 in the morning.
Hey, guess
Well, at least you know he's safe.
And I'm thinking about the guys. See?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get a video from him, so maybe I should be offended.
So Marcus is basically the definition of the drunk girlfriend on a weekend at 3:30 in the morning. Got it.
Yeah, that about sums it up. Cool.
I love you. Why don't you talk to me? Juan, D.
I expected people to be fighting or something on the dance floor.
I
With Marcus and Dee song in the background or something. Girls just tearing into each other, tú no te metas, and just banging at each other, or something.
That's funny.
World star. Hilda, how you doing?
And tonight our guest is Hilda Lamas, CHR recording artist.
Part-time comedian. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, the thing is, you're holding your own against us, so you have nothing to be afraid of. You are not going to be overwhelmed. Obviously, you have a huge personality. So let's just dig right in. Hilda, how long have you been singing? How long have you been singing?
Professionally, or like when did
Oh.
I start?
I didn't want to get all into semantics. Are you talking about my school, my education years? Or are you speaking the dinner club circuit that I did, or no?
You really are.
So okay, short version of the story. I started when I was 4. Like that was my first time on stage.
Oh,
doing a solo by myself.
wait. Let's stop right there. Four. I mean, did you just like walk up? You toddled up to the microphone and just.
No, actually, okay. So because I was raised in Baptist church, so my mom would play piano. Me and my sisters would all sing, and we would always do special music on Sunday. So I sang as part of the Christmas pageant, and I don't remember the Christmas pageant. I really don't. But the following morning, that Sunday morning, my mom kind of told me a little white lie with the pastor. And I probably shouldn't even be tattletelling, but I'm so tattletelling. And
no, tell it all,
my
sister,
mom was
tell it
like, my mom told me, she was like, look, Mija, the microphone was off, and so they didn't get to hear you last night, so they want you to do it again this morning for Sunday church. And I still remember the song. It was called Christmas is a Time. And I was like, okay, like, I mean, at that time, there was no stage fright for me. I think I was just too young to realize what it was. So I just went up there and I did it. And that just kind of became my life, like just singing on Sunday morning in church. And I was not like superstar or anything. My older sister Maria was like, she was the superstar. And so I was always in her shadow. So that was kind of interesting.
Oh, we're gonna have to delve into that later on. This is a therapy session. Let's go. We'll talk about big sister issues later. Continue with the story.
Yeah, so anyway, so I just kind of grew up in church. I did all of that. And then I think I was maybe about 11 or 12 when I really decided, okay, this is what I want to do with my life. My mom was not too happy about it.
Well, being Baptist, of course not. You're delving in sin. You're gonna be living that secular life. Did you go to a real Baptist church, or you just called yourself Baptist? I mean, it was
actually called First Baptist Church in Aransas Pass, but I mean, it was predominantly white, so it wasn't like a real Southern Baptist.
It was mellow side. It was a mellow side of Baptists.
Today,
yeah, it was very mellow.
In our congregation, we have Sister Hilda Lamas. She's gonna sing. She's not gonna sing. She's gonna sing.
You gotta cross the tracks for that side of it.
Well, in Aransas Pass, like there was like 6,000 people. Like that's like the whole population. So you literally have like First Baptist and a Second Baptist. I guess because when the people at First Baptist didn't get along, they just started their own.
Exactly.
Way. But,
you did go to a Baptist church. All right.
Was it only piano, keyboard, organ, or were there more instruments?
No, growing up, it was piano and organ. And then as I got into, I want to say maybe middle school, they started adding in like students to come play. So like band students. So I actually played in the morning worship service. I played my flute. So that was kind of interesting too.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
No drums.
Yeah. They did have a drum kit, but it was electronic because, you can't have it be too loud. Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't a real Baptist church then.
I think you go to a real Baptist church.
For me.
You go to a real Baptist church, man. They be banging drums. They be clapping their hands and tambourines everywhere. And
but I think you think it's more Pentecostal because they did have a Pentecostal church, and man, they had some singing and praising to Jesus. Like
no.
They jumped around. Like it was crazy.
Here's the real test. How long was the sermon? How long was the church service? This will tell you if it was a real Baptist church or not. How long?
Oh, no, the sermon was maybe 20, 25 minutes.
Oh,
forget sometimes it go a little bit longer, like, but not
it's
really.
Borderline.
Every Sunday was like 3 to 3.5 hours. Every Sunday was like 3 to 3.5 hours. Then we take a break. Everybody went home and ate lunch, came back at 3:30, and you go to 7 o'clock. So, yeah, that's every Sunday was like.
No, we were always done by like noon, maybe 12:15 the latest. Like, yeah.
Oh,
it wasn't an all-day event. Yeah.
Y'all were closet Catholics, man. Y'all were on the schedule. 11 o'clock service, 11:15, we're out of here.
Yeah.
We went to 7-Day Adventist church, so we know how that was, man. They're dancing around everywhere. It was a party for God.
And every summer they did the up with people, right? Up For people you meet.
What about Sunday football? You were not catching that football. Maybe halftime.
That's
And
why
now
we're.
let's continue with part 2 of Hilda Lamas' epic journey of songstress.
Of wannabe stardom, right?
See what happens when you bring up church? We just lost track.
I know. Well,
I mean, look, church was a big part of my upbringing, a big part of my background. I still love Jesus. Like, make
but
no bones about that.
you rejected the church because you're a singer now. And,
Actually, believe it or not, this is
hire.
a fun fact. I was kicked out of youth choir because I sang too loud. So they put me in the adult choir.
Okay.
True story. True story.
No,
Wow.
that's actually a promotion. It's not like you were kicked out and shunned and people didn't want to talk to you. It was a promotion. You got that girl can sing. Put her in your.
I felt alienated. Like as a teenager, like man, I wanted to be with my friends.
Oh, you feel alienated? I was a little boy, and I was singing in the church choir at 10 years old. But my voice was so high, I sang all the soprano parts. And my first solo was called "Up Above My Head." Up above my head, I hear it. Anyway, I sang soprano as a little boy. Yeah, so feeling alienated.
Aww.
No, it wasn't.
But I bet you were so good at it.
I didn't think anybody would complain about singing too loud in the church.
No, they don't.
You know, I didn't think so either, but it kind of became like a thing that I would do though, because in high school, there weren't very many opportunities for me to go and perform. And plus my parents were dead set against it. You can sing in church and that's it. Like I wasn't even allowed to be in choir in school. Like
really?
my elective was band. Yes, my mom was like, no, you're going to be in band. In fact, all of my siblings, we all grew up in piano lessons. So my mom did take us to piano lessons and then we were in band. So we all had to play one other instrument. So I did not get the choice of being in choir.
Wow.
So I had to create my own opportunities. So I did. So like football games, whenever the band would play the national anthem, especially at away games, because at home games, our band would have to play and I would have to play my flute, right?
Yep.
And so at away games, when the away team would play the national anthem, I would sing along at the top of my lungs just to get attention. Like, seriously.
She was a class clown then.
No,
it's because I could do it. And I was just like, why not do it? And that led to me becoming the actual official national anthem singer for our baseball team. So I would do that. I would go to all the home baseball games and I would go up there and I would sing the national anthem. And I actually got a certificate from one of the coaches one year.
Wow, so you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. She is a Class 1 glory hound. She just wants the spotlight all for herself. That's...
Okay, so that came from competition though, because like I said, so my older sister sings amazing. So it was always like, oh, you're Maria's little sister. I was forever in her shadow. So I was constantly trying to find like my own way. Like, guys, I'm my own person. So that's what I did. And I mean, it did me well though. I mean, because when I got out of high school, that's how I started getting noticed, was through singing the national anthem.
What's Maria's number?
Area code 361. No, I'm kidding.
No, we're not going to take just your side of the story here. I'm sure Maria's got a few things to say too.
Yeah, that would be interesting. We can get her on the phone if you want to.
Oh, we can?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I don't know if she'd be okay with it. She's
Do
probably in the middle of bedtime right now.
do you have a USB cord for that phone?
It's plugged into the wall. It works. You guys know it, but
but can you plug it into your computer?
Oh no, I can route anything through my computer. I'm that good. So.
Here we go.
We're gonna leave that one alone.
Joe Avila says hello, Hilda.
Hey, Joe.
Luis Garcia says saludos, Hilda.
Hey, Luis.
Gilbert Zamora says hello, Hilda.
Hi, Gilbert.
Irene Mendoza says hello, Hilda. Skip all the rest.
And Hilda says, people
skip all the rest of us.
Hilda, don't be rude.
Y'all are so awesome. Thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you for everybody who's out there watching.
Hey, she's ending the show already. All right, well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was Hilda Lamas, and you've been watching the Three Amigos show in our shortest interview ever.
Right, they want
Did
you.
I do it? Did I really get the shortest interview ever? Like, that would be awesome.
Okay, you
That
heard
would
it from Hilda.
accomplish something, right?
We tried to shoot for an hour. We didn't even make it.
I know.
We didn't even make it past 4 years old yet.
See the
No,
glory
you're
how she's like,
my
all right,
high
that's
school
it.
years, guys. Come on.
Nah, Hilda's like, all right, that's enough of my life, and I've wasted enough of my time on you three.
We didn't even get to the professional time. We didn't even get to her marrying Rick, and then we didn't even get to her meeting Adasa and singing with her. We didn't even get to her going to Nashville.
Oh my god.
Nashville and doing country music and
Okay,
Latina
let's
soul
start
music.
at 16, 17, we're around there somewhere, right?
Okay,
we're still in high school.
We're about 16, 17, yeah. So
I was just waiting for the Mirage to come through.
Monumental. So I wound up singing the national anthem for my high school graduation, and that was cool. Somewhere in there, I shot a music video, my very first music video. Yeah.
Wait. It was like I don't recall how I did it. It's just a music video.
No, it was okay. So it was a UIL competition, and
okay.
I wanted to compete in it because, again, there was hardly any opportunities. And I had sang at this couple's wedding, maybe like 3 months before. And I sang that song From This Moment On. It was Shania Twain and Brian White duet. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
But it was like a huge song at the time. And so when I told them, hey, I really want to shoot this video, they were really into Renaissance costumes and like acting out and stuff like that. So their wedding was a whole Renaissance theme.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so we took that theme, we got back into our costumes. I recorded the song there at the church. So the music minister let me record the song there. And we did a whole music video to it. It's somewhere. I have it somewhere on video.
And we don't have it. That's your department,
yeah,
son.
Yeah. I don't think I want to pull that one out of the vault.
Rick didn't send it to me. Rick
doesn't even have it.
Oh,
it's in my archive.
Why are you keeping it from him? Rick, send it to me, man.
Really. There are some things that you just have to keep to yourself sometimes. I was so green. I didn't even know how to do my makeup at that time. Like, my makeup looks ridiculous.
We're gonna find that video. We're gonna bribe Rick somehow.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? And I'm gonna edit clips out of just like Hilda saying. And there are some things you need to just keep to yourself, and then we can show all kinds of stuff. And keep talking, Hilda.
I mean, but like, there are some things that you should just keep to yourself, right? I mean, I'm not making that up.
Like what? We're clueless. What are you talking about, Hilda? Enlighten us. What things are you alluding to?
Well, like music videos that you just don't want to ever see the light of day, because that would just, be kind of.
Why was there spandex and 6-inch heels involved, or what?
No, I was like in an actual Renaissance outfit. Like, I was dressed like a little peasant girl. Yeah.
So why would you hide that? I thought it was like. I thought it was worse. Short shorts or something like that. Okay, you just didn't want to see.
No.
It's a Hilda Lamas twerking video. Yeah.
No, Hilda Lamas does not twerk.
Hopefully nobody.
She leaves that to the experts.
Marcus, do you twerk? The image flashed in my head of Marcus twerking. I was just trying to imagine it.
No, I did not.
Now it just flashed into mine, and I can't unsee it.
It's a virus. Let's keep talking about it. Pretty soon people will be.
You're an evil man.
What? I expressed something that was going through my mind at the moment.
That's all I wanted to see in that video that Marcus sent. Now, just Marcus twerking to that song. Do no te metas. That's all I wanted to see, man.
All right,
let's
and
get back to
the
video. So after the video, like, I submitted it for the competition. I completely did not win. But that was okay. I just kind of wanted the experience.
And we're going to stop Hilda at this point, because right now we're going through the Hilda Lamas, this is my journey kind of explanation here. And we are almost a half hour into the show, and we haven't played a video by Hilda yet. People who have not experienced the Hilda Lamas extravaganza, you don't know what we're talking about. Why don't we play the video? Marcus, this is your cue. Give him the cue, Juan.
Hey guys, we have a video.
He's actually got that right on cue. Both of you.
Bro.
I applaud both of you. Yay!
There you go. All right. We do have an awesome video though, and this one is called Caprichosa. This is an awesome music video, courtesy of CHR Records. Miss Hilda Lamas, and her nickname is Queen of Latina Soul, and we're gonna let her describe that in just a little while. So get ready for that. Make sure you guys enjoy this awesome video. This one is called Caprichosa. Right here on the Three Amigos Show.
Maldito, un payaso, un cretino, inepto, incompetente en el amor, idiota, tan cobarde y tan tonto. Contigo mi paciencia se acabó. A partir de hoy, tú te vas de aquí por ser asqueroso, un embustero, te vas de mí. Te arrepentirás, lo vas a pagar, porque tus mentiras aquí llegaron a su final. Caprichosa soy, no soy una tonta, toda una dama caprichosa soy. Caprichosa soy, no soy una tonta, toda una dama caprichosa soy. Maldito, un payaso, un cretino, inepto, incompetente del amor, idiota, tan cobarde y tan tonto. Contigo mi paciencia se acabó. A partir de hoy, todo se acabó. Todo se acabó. A partir de hoy, te arrepentirás. Lo vas a pagar. Lo vas a pagar. Te arrepentirás. Caprichosa soy, no soy una tonta, toda una dama caprichosa soy. Caprichosa soy, no soy una tonta, toda una dama caprichosa soy. Caprichosa soy.
Eres caprichosa, pero si te quiero. Eres bien canija, me tachas de mujeriego, pero ya ni pedo, quedé como un payaso. Aunque tú me insultes, me encanta tu cuerpazo. Nena, vente para acá. Esta noche le vamos a dar. Nena, vente para acá. Eres caprichosa y así me encantas más.
Caprichosa soy, no soy una tonta, toda una dama caprichosa
Doble
soy.
X, papi.
Caprichosa soy, no soy una tonta,
Seguimos.
toda una dama
Bien del
caprichosa
género.
soy. Caprichosa
Nena, vente para acá. Esta noche le vamos a dar. Nena, vente para acá. Eres caprichosa y así me encantas más. Nena, vente para acá. Esta noche le vamos a dar. Nena, vente para acá. Eres caprichosa y así me encantas más.
Janie's Record Shop, a proud sponsor of Tejano TV, San Antonio's favorite record store since 1985.
Caprichosa, a song written for Rick Garcia.
Pretty much.
Was he? What, he just didn't want to be in the video, or what? I mean, I don't get it.
No, okay, so that video, man, okay, so I don't even remember too much about that video. I just remember being deathly afraid because we were in Matamoros, Mexico, and I stayed the night, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get like murdered or something.
Kidnapped.
I really thought that. I was so afraid.
You and Delia, both of y'all, that's how y'all felt about Mexico. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get back home because we're
Okay.
gonna get kidnapped. We're gonna
Okay,
be
no.
murdered.
So we got a story about that though, D. Like, okay.
Oh, really?
So,
You got something to back that up? Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So when I was a little girl, well, not really too young, I was like in my teens, maybe early 20s. My grandma, because my grandma and my mom are from Matamoros, Mexico. That's where all my mom's family is from, like on my grandma's side. So we would walk over. I would walk over with her a lot, and she would always tell me, "Mijita, don't wear any makeup, don't wear any jewelry, don't wear anything flashy, like dress down, like don't bring attention to yourself." And so that fear was always put into me, like, I can't look pretty in Mexico because they're going to take me. So I really thought that. I was like, oh my God. And then you would hear all those stories about singers getting murdered. And I was like, I'm shooting a music video and they know who I am. And like, yeah, no. So I just had that fear. So I wish I could have enjoyed the experience a little bit more. But I was afraid.
You were subjected to the same thing young Latinas are subjected to all their lives by moms, aunts, and grandmas. They always tell you, "Oh, that's too much makeup. Look at you. You look like a whore. You can't wear that skirt is too short. You can't wear that. You walk down the street, all the guys are gonna chase you. You were subjected to that all your life, and yeah.
Yeah, but what my mom never wanted, what she never knew is that what if I wanted them to chase me? Like, I hope my mom is
Rick.
But see, that's every young Latina too. They wanted to dress up.
We like the attention. I'm not gonna lie. Like I like attention. I don't know a woman who doesn't like attention. To be honest with you.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
I didn't know what you had to be afraid of. I mean, Marcus went to go play in Monterrey.
Did you really? How was it?
I loved it. It was awesome.
And he was
no makeup, don't wear any shirt.
And he blended in like one of the dark Mexicans.
I'm sure I didn't blend in at all.
Oh my goodness.
It's a different type of vibe over there.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Now, so that video was shot about 3 years ago now. And we did that one and Amor Condicional like back to back. So we shot Amor Condicional one night, we slept, and then the next day, like literally we did Caprichosa. And since then, I've been back to Mexico and I've sang and I was not afraid.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I know. Yeah, check that out. So
she did 2 videos and hauled ass right across the border. Where it's safe.
Like literally like 20 minutes from me.
But I do have a question. Question.
Okay. Answer.
Your voice, you've got a tremendous voice. Who did you listen to that has inspired your singing? Because to me, you've got a little taste of Ana Gabriel in your passion, in the way that you articulate stuff, and I was like, ooh. I thought maybe that she was one of your influences.
Okay, well, my influences are kind of vast, which explains my love for music. I just absolutely love every genre of music. But my biggest influence growing up was Aretha Franklin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Go ahead, Baptist Church girl.
Ana Gabriel who?
So growing up,
she went straight for the top.
Sheltered us. My parents sheltered us. So growing up, we were allowed to listen to contemporary Christian music, obviously, right? So Sandy Patty, Point of Grace, like Jackie Velasquez.
Yeah, Jackie Velasquez.
All of those great ones, right? Rachel Lampa. But then we were also allowed to listen to the oldies. And what I mean by the oldies are like the 50s and 60s. So
Yeah.
I was basically raised off of Motown.
You should have been saying
So
Whitney Houston or something like but you didn't. You said Aretha.
No, like I thought Aretha Franklin was the greatest thing since peanut butter. So while
She
everyone
is.
else in first grade was listening to New Kids on the Block, I had no idea who they were, and I didn't care because I thought Respect was the best song ever. And I still do, by the way, because
I feel bad for Rick now. I feel bad for Rick if she sings that song.
Respect. R-E-S-P-C-T.
I mean, look, you don't get any more truthful than when you listen to Aretha. Like, she just told me like it was. And the way they would write songs back then is so different from the way that they write them now.
Oh, yeah.
And when they wrote a song, there was so much meaning and passion behind it. And a lot of times there was a double meaning. It wasn't just about some love relationship. It was about like the political times of what was going on in the world. And And so there was so much more passion behind the words and the lyrics.
She
And
told
you
Rick. She told Rick, "You better think about what you're trying to do to me."
just
Poor Rick.
Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go way over back when.
Hey, every now and then I would sing a little love song like Natural Woman or something,
Yeah, natural woman, and then she says a little prayer for him. I sing a little prayer for you. Damn, I listened to more Aretha than anything, didn't I?
That was Dionne Warwick.
Well, Dionne Warwick did do the original. However, Aretha did do a cover of it. So you're not completely wrong.
She's an Aretha Franklin historian. Oh my gosh.
That's how much I love Motown. So like Temptations, like Supremes.
She just smacked me and said, "Sit back."
Yeah, and like that's like my music right there. So when I'm really feeling like down and low and depressed, like that's the stuff that I go to. That's my go-to stuff.
Yeah, she's more blacker than Diaz. God.
And of course, the way Juan said it, more blacker.
That came out totally racist, didn't it?
So I didn't get exposed to like Whitney Houston and Celine Dion and Mariah Carey, which are all my girls right there.
Until you left the church.
No, I didn't get exposed to them until I was probably about 13, 14. And it was because I finally had my own radio. So I would listen to this program at night called Delilah.
Oh, no.
And she would play all these songs. And I was just addicted to how amazing their voices were and how strong they were. And I was like, this is my music right here. This is right here. This is where it hits. And then, of course, Gloria Estefan. She was the first Latina I ever listened to sing. Believe it or not.
Miami Sound Machine.
Yes. The conga right there. That was my jam for so long. I remember like my dad would go to these flea markets and he would buy boxes of CDs at the time, right? And so I would always go through them and there was anything that was like really good. And I remember in the closet one day during the summer, I found Gloria Estefan's Greatest Hits.
Oh.
Yeah, and I played that thing frontwards and backwards, and she was like my hero because I was like, man, she's Latina like me. Like that's what resonated. I didn't realize that was an actual thing until Selena. So I grew up in Aransas Pass, which is about 18 miles outside of Corpus Christi.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea who Selena was until after she died. And it's a crazy story because...
Really?
Yeah, the night that it all happened, that next day at school, I was in the 6th grade. My sister was in the 8th grade, and she had a friend, and her name was Selena. Mm-hmm. So that morning when everybody said Selena got shot and she was killed, I literally thought it was my sister's friend, Selena.
I have a similar story.
I was that sheltered 18 miles up the road, y'all. Like 18 miles up the road. But I knew nothing about Tejano at the time. Nothing. So Selena was virtually my introduction to Tejano music.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, she hobnobs with some of the best and the brightest in the industry. Names like Patsy Torres, Shelly Lares, Elida, Adasa from Disney, who had nothing but really great things to say about your voice. She was really impressed with your voice and that with you as a person because we had her on the show.
That's amazing. She's amazing. She's one of my best friends. I paid her to say all that nice stuff.
That's it. Let's get her on the phone.
Okay, so let's go full circle here. So that you're gonna see how all of this stuff just kind of lined up, and I believe it's just God's divine intervention. Like really. So around this time, I'm like in high school now. My parents were friends with another, friend of theirs, whatever, and their daughter was a singer. And so their dad says, hey, here's my daughter's albums, whatever. And I didn't know any better, right? Like I didn't know. I know that I listened to them. I didn't really like them except for one song on there. And it was like this hip hop song and it was called I Don't Want You. Okay. And I remember listening to it and I told my mom and I told my sisters, I'm like, that girl, that artist is not singing that. There's another singer on there. And whoever that is, she's amazing. Okay, so let's flash forward from that moment, right, to my introduction to Rick. So we had already met. I'd known him for about a year, and he was playing me all of these songs and that he had produced or that had come out on Hacienda at the time. And I remember we were on a road trip. and we're going, I think, to a Grammy meeting or something like that. And this song comes on, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute, who is that? And he tells me the artist, and I will not say who she is.
And why not?
I mean, okay, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Victoria y sus chicos.
Yeah, Victoria.
Okay, Victoria.
And one of her album tracks was "I Don't Want You." And I asked him, I was like, who is that? So he tells me the name of the artist. I'm like, no, that's not what I want. Who is the girl singing the backups? And he goes, oh, that's Adasa. And I was like, okay, tell me more about this girl. Like, I want to know about her because she like blows. And he told me, he was like, well, her husband Gabriel produced the album, did the songwriting, blah, 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 right? And she did all the background vocals. She absolutely got no credit on the album anywhere.
Wow.
That's why I had no idea who she was. And so at that time, when I met Rick, of course, this is years after this whole thing is done, Rick shows me who she is. He was like, yeah, no, she's real big in reggaeton right now. She's signed, I think she was signed with Sony or somebody like that, somebody huge at the time. And I remember I told him, I said, I would kill to one day be able to sing backup vocals with her. She is amazing. I was just floored. And then, of course, you flash forward 15, 20 years and everything really literally came full circle.
So Adasa was already somehow involved with Tejano because she was doing backups for Victoria. I didn't even know that at all.
I didn't know that story either.
I hope she doesn't get mad at me for saying that. But no, and I think that's one of the coolest things about Adasa because she is so amazing. She can literally sing anything. From lead to backup, you don't even know the stuff that she's recorded. I have actually researched stuff hey, wait, no, and then I'll hear something hey, that's Adasa. I can just tell because her voice is just so amazing.
Introduce to the audience to Adasa. What movie is she the lead vocalist in?
She is the voice of Dolores Madrigal in Encanto.
Encanto.
And I was very honored to get to not only meet her and call her one of my dearest friends, but also go on tour with her. And that was so amazing. Such an amazing time.
That's crazy right there. DJ Smoke says, hola everyone. What's going on, DJ Smoke? It's my show. You can catch his show. He's on TikTok quite a bit out there doing live shows. Make sure you guys check him out.
You remember that horrible story I was telling you about being, having a few of these and someone forces me to the stage to sing?
Oh, yeah.
DJ Smoke forced you to the stage?
Yes, introducing DJ Smoke, yes.
Good job. That was a great job right there.
He didn't recognize that the universal signal of, no, I don't want to sing. No, not tonight. I don't know.
Hey, give credit to DJ Smoke, man. He was trying to get you that exposure you need.
I think he was just trying to promote you. That's all I think.
Right on, man.
And you just came across as one of those stuck-up a-holes who didn't want to sing.
Danny Noyola says saludos to amigos and amiga Hilda Lamas from Alma and Danny Noyola.
And congratulations, Danny.
Yes.
I'm sorry. The applause is cutting out your vocal. Go ahead now. I'm sorry.
No, Danny's been tearing it up, man. And his new music is legit. To me, he's like family because I got started in radio because of his brother David. And his brother David was a big reason why I started singing Tejano music.
Oh, wow. I thought it was because of Rick.
Actually, no.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Rick's
okay.
Hold on. Rick's over here. He's telling you how it says she does both those songs live, Natural Woman and Think.
Oh, you man,
Danny, you're gonna have to record those. We got to see that.
I will. I will have to do it. I think we have some of that stuff recorded. I tell you what, man, me and Motown, that's my jam.
You need to get you Adasa and another female to start doing the Supremes.
Oh my God, yes. Yes.
Stop in the name of
Des missed the
Hi,
my Rick.
Hey, Jessica, thank you so much for tuning in.
What is that? My Rick?
My Rick.
Yes, my Rick.
Oh, okay. DJ Smoke said Marcus did great.
Aw, he must have been drunk too.
Hey, hey, Smoke. Next time you do that, make sure you record it.
Wow, man, shots fired. Wow.
Wow.
Y'all didn't know I was this funny, huh?
Juanita, what did you have to be afraid of coming on the show? Juanita Chapa says, hello, everyone.
Nita six pack.
Marcus, you know I love you, right, Marcus?
Yeah, big shout out to Danny Noyola. He's got an awesome song out. He's got an awesome album out. Yeah, so we're gonna have him on the show here pretty soon. So make sure you guys get ready for that as well.
Aww.
Oh man, so how did you get involved with Tejano in the first place?
Okay, so let's go back to when I met Rick.
And now part 2 of our continuing series of
we need intermissions like next chapter 3. Hilda and Rick.
I tell you what, I could totally have like my own show. It's crazy. Anyway, so I was 18 and I was in college. And one night I went out to a karaoke bar with my friends and we sang.
That's a Marcus Daniels story.
Yeah, right? Yeah, except I was not drunk because I don't believe in getting drunk and singing. Like, you always have to be in control. I'm a control freak. I need help.
Poor Marcus.
Marcus, you can learn from me, Marcus. No, I'm not kidding. Oh my God. You can learn what not to do. Anyway, so that night, because I'm young and I'm 18 and I looked super hot back then, I met
like Marcus? Wait.
I met this guy who was a singer. He approached me, and he was an older guy. Like, he had to be like in his 50s, 60s. I don't know. But his name was Ricky G. And
Rick, that's what you called yourself? Ricky G.
No, this is a different Ricky G. Y'all didn't laugh so hard at the story.
That's where we all went, was Ricky G.
I can't do that voice that he does. He's got that awesome announcer voice, but I can't. I'm Ricky G.
No, this is a totally different guy. So he comes up to me, and of course he's drunk, and he's like, hey, I really want you to come record on my album tomorrow. And I was like, okay, like, sure. I'd never been at a recording studio at that point. So I was like, I mean, I'll go. Why not? So the next morning, I literally show up to Hacienda Records.
You fell for it?
Yeah, well, I was like,
no. I mean, no. But you're in a club. Drunk guy comes up to you, says, "Hey, I want to record you in my studio," and you get sure. Wow,
you have to put yourself in my shoes. I was 18.
No, your mama didn't raise you right, is what I'm trying to say.
I was 18. I wanted to be in music so bad, but I had no idea like how to get in there. I didn't know anybody in the business. So anyway, so I show up to the studio, and of course, all these ladies there are just like, we don't know who the hell she's here for, but whatever. And I told them, I was like, oh, I'm here for Ricky G. And they were like, okay. And I didn't know anything. Again, I don't know anybody at this point. So I'm there waiting like 30, 45 minutes. And then finally, this really grumpy guy comes in the room. I mean, grumpy. Like, he is like, somebody made him get up that morning and go to work because he was not feeling it. So he comes.
Oh, that was Manny Guerra. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow.
He comes into the studio, and I'm like sitting there waiting, and he's like, "Oh, so you're gonna be here? You're gonna sing? Nobody told me you were coming." Like, he was kind of getting on to me a little bit. He was kind of being a total jerk, and so I was like, "Yeah," and I was scared, but I was like, "You know what? I'm here. Like, let's just go through the process, right?" So he sits down at the board, and he like tells me to go into the room, and he's like, "Well, let me see what you got." And I brought tracks with me, right? Because I didn't know what I was going to do, but I always have music on me. So I remember I went in the booth and I recorded Christina Aguilera's Falsas Esperanzas.
Oh, okay.
And so I went in there and I did it. Like, I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I did it anyway. I was like, it can't be much harder than singing live, right? So I went in there and I did it. And when I was done with the song, this guy, his whole attitude changed. And he was like, "Oh, where are you from again?" And I tell him, and he's like, "And you've been singing for how long?" It's like, tell him, yeah, I'm only 18, whatever. And so he's like, "Can you do that again?" And I was like, "Okay, like, why not?" So flash forward, I still don't know who this guy is. I'm sure he introduced himself to me at one point, but I'm just like, okay, you're the grouchy old man that I just made like me, so I'm happy. So anyways, after that whole encounter, I started hanging out at the studio more with this grumpy guy. And by this time, the grumpy guy's not grumpy anymore. He's like more intrigued and more like, hey, I want to help you with your career. So I started tagging along to Grammy meetings and any and every studio session I could possibly be at. I was there to roll up chords or write out the track listing or whatever. I just wanted to be around music. And one day I'm sitting there in this grumpy guy's office and I look at the business card and there it says, Hacienda Records, Rick Garcia, Executive Vice President. And I'm like, I've been pounding around with this dude for 6 months, and he didn't tell me like he practically owns this place, right? So that was how I met Rick. And he told me, and he tells this to everybody too, the selling factor on me was that I did not want to sing Tejano, and I did not want to be the next Selena. I just wanted to be myself.
Good. Yep.
And so that's why like we agreed to work with each other because I didn't want to do Tejano music. And so that's what started a whole journey.
So for all you young ladies out there, it's just that easy to get into music. All you got to do is just show up at the studios and sing, and you'll be a star overnight.
So Rick was trying to play it smooth. Rick was playing it smooth. He just didn't introduce himself at the beginning.
Like, I'm sure he gave me his name, but he didn't tell me what he did or anything. Like, I was just like, he's just the guy who pushes the buttons. Okay, he was cranky, like, and he still gets cranky with me, like, to this day.
I hate to break it to you, Hilda, but Rick was gaming you. He just figured I'll just play it cool. I'm the big boss. She'll figure it out eventually, and then she'll be all over me.
So you think
it worked.
As a play,
Yeah, he said, you know what? I got this Latina Etta James over here, and she can sing. She can sing to me anytime she wants to, and let me play my cards right.
Yeah.
Well, see, at the time, he didn't know that I was into like all the Motown and stuff. I was on a whole Christina Aguilera kick, some country music at the time, and it wasn't until 2005, I want to say it was. I was working at Circle K, Stripes, whatever at the time.
We all have jobs.
University, and I was still going to college. And I remember I was sick that day. I was just getting over strep throat. And he calls me at work and he goes, hey, so I need you to come down to the studio. And I was like, okay, mind you, I didn't have a car. I had to take city transportation, and I would have to take 3 buses to get from the university where I lived all the way to the studio on the other side of town. And I was like, okay. And he's like, there's a band and they're looking for a singer. And I want you to come audition. And he started up. He was like, look, they really want a male singer, but I had to sell them on you. And
wow, that's pressure.
Yeah. And so I was like, great. All right. Like, and I was like,
no, he was
my cool voice. And
he was playing his cards very well. He
what?
wanted to have you in that studio at one point or another.
No, honestly, I think at that time that really showed me, looking back on it, how much faith he really had in my abilities that I didn't even have in myself, because I really doubted myself. And I remember going into the studio with my tracks, and he made me do Lady Marmalade, like the Christina Aguilera version with the rap and everything, right? Which, I mean, I totally throw down on that because that's one of my favorite jams. But
and you tell me he was not playing his games? Look at that song.
I know, really.
And I was like so intimidated, and I got even more intimidated after the fact. But here I am singing with strep throat, and to all these grown men. All of these men were like 40.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? All these grown men, go ahead.
Yeah, and here I was like 18, 19 years old. I wasn't even old enough to go into the bars yet. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to sell them on me. Like, okay. And it was crazy because I went in there and sang the song. And when I came out, it was like a different vibe. And I knew at that moment, like, okay, I did something right because they were different around me. And that started my journey with a live band. And the band name was Five. And when I look back at the musicians that made up this band, I don't know if you guys remember an artist by the name of Sam Neely.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 of the guys had played in his band and toured with him and did all this like amazing stuff with him. And then the drummer, you guys are going to know him, Ernest Reese. He played on Una Llena, like that was him in the studio with Elida. He was with Los Chachos, one of the original members of Los Chachos. I mean, so he was really like, just amazing up there, like royalty in the music industry at the time. And so for me to be in a band with all of these heavy hitters, my first go out, like, I mean, that was some pressure. And I got a lot of hate for that. Because I would have female artists who've been in the business for a while that they would come up to me at a show and they'd be like, well, what did you have to do to get this gig?
Oh, shit.
I'm like, I'm like a little kid here, guys. Like, I just sang. Like, I open my mouth and I sang. Sorry. So I had to meet a lot of that stuff early on, but it helped me to develop into the artist that I am today, because now a lot of that stuff just rolls off my back. I'm like, okay, get over it.
Well, now you got you can kind of go because you've not made it, but you're in the position, you're doing what you want to do, singing the things you want to sing, and not a lot of people get that choice, and plus it just serves them right for dishing out bad karma.
I mean, look at you're nervous in the studio. Look at the talent that has recorded under Rick before. I mean, you had David Lee Garza, Emilio, you had Bram Herrera, you had
she didn't know
Bill Trevino, Al Chavaria, you had all these guys.
People were like, I'm being real with you. I didn't know who they were.
But the point is that he told you, to come to the studio to record, under them, and knowing that where he's been, he's even had Eddie Money recording for him. So I mean, can you imagine that?
Like, it's crazy when I think about it now. Now, knowing the impact that all of these people have had in the industry, it's crazy. I think if I would have known who they were at that moment, I think I would have been too scared to even go and try anything, to be honest with you.
But the point is, he hid all that from you, including his identity. So I mean, he was trying to get you on the right track to recording your stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, I had a big.
I'm reading between the lines
too, So it was kind of crazy how everything worked out. I think everything worked out the way it was supposed to. And so when I was in this cover band, that's when Rick started learning, hey, I don't just sing like Christina Aguilera and country music. Because in this band, there was also a male singer, and his name was Rocky Benton. And he was huge in the blues circles. The guy, wow, he was blind. And so he was more in tune with his body and his voice. And I mean, he never sang anything off pitch at all. And I learned so much about the blues from him. And that's where my love for the blues kind of developed. And so I would start singing blues songs because Rocky would teach them to me. He'd be like, hey, you should do this song or do this song. And when I started doing that, then like Rick, he tells this story so much better than I do. I don't even remember what song I was singing. And I remember I was at Dr. Rocket's Blues Bar in Corpus Christi. And I was up there just singing. And I think he said, like, I don't remember how he says it, but he says that there was a guy in the audience that just stood up on his chair and just yelled out really loud, sing it, bitch.
What? Wow.
And I was like, okay, like, got it. But I don't remember that. But Rick tells the story like all the time. And I'm like, okay, all right, cool. Like, but that's really like the atmosphere though of the blues. Like if you guys have never been to a real blues show, like it's raw and it's intense and it's emotional and it's just, it gets you on your feels.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are now 1 hour into the show. Let's play some more Hilda Lamas. Let's hear how the blues influence has translated into her music here on the Three Amigos show.
All right.
Can you put up the card? Any card.
Hold on real quick. Let's go ahead and get some of these comments. They've been patiently waiting a little bit. So Dave Hernandez, the Texas Movement, says saludos.
Hey, Dave.
Thank you for tuning in. Joel Vargas, saludos, my good friends. Awesome.
Hi, Joel.
We need to get you on the show. And he is the father of this young lady right here, Miss Candace Vargas, who was on our show last week. She says, hiya.
Hi, Candace. She's amazing. You have an amazing voice, young lady.
She was in the hot spot last week or Friday night.
Friday night, yeah. And she's got a brand new album out, so make sure you guys check that out on all the streaming platforms. Yes. All right, so let's go ahead and get this out of the way here.
Órale, vatos, tenemos otro video. Aquí nomás.
Well, it's not an actual video yet. So, but Rick did send us a brand new single, and we promised everybody that we were going to have a debut single of Miss Hilda Lamas. Never been heard before. Hasn't been released to radio yet. Hasn't been released anywhere just yet. So we're going to have it here first. And we promised Rick we're going to have it here first on the Three Amigos show. So make sure you guys check this out. And then we'll get to know more about this song right after this. So this is a brand new one, making its debut right here on the Three Amigos show on Tejano TV. This one is called Tu Muñeca, right here on the Three Amigos show.
Que ya no hago más que bailar al compás cuando tú me das cuerda. Dicen que como caí de semejante manera, dando mi vida por ti con cualquiera. Dicen que soy tu muñeca, la esclava de honor que te sirve el amor cuando tú lo deseas. Y que me llevas así, vueltas y vueltas, solo para presumir y que vean tu muñeca, eso es, la que tienes arrastrándose en tus pies, tu muñeca, sí señor, tu juguete cuando juegas al amor. Y te espera algo más, es que sueño despierta. Dicen que nunca podré arrepentirme bastante de cometer el error de amarte. Dicen que soy tu muñeca, que me exprimirás y una noche dirás, ahí tienes la puerta. Dicen que yo duraré mientras que tú te diviertas, y es que yo soy para ti solo eso. Tu muñeca, eso es, la que tienes arrastrándose en tus pies. Tu muñeca, sí señor, tu juguete cuando juegas al amor. Tu muñeca, nada más, la que usas y que tiras y ya está. Tu muñeca, eso es, la que tienes arrastrándose a tus pies.
Nustra Musica Monthly Magazine. Advertise your music release, business, or story in Texas's #1 publication for Tejano music. A proud sponsor of Tejano TV.
Man, if you don't stop using AI for voiceovers, Nustra Musica.
Hey, it's free. Oh man, that is an awesome debut single. What are you doing?
I was out of focus.
Oh, he's trying to get his camera to focus.
Oh, I thought you were trying to do one of those transition videos, like you're dressed up right here, you do like that, and all of a sudden you're dressed up somewhere else. One of those transition videos that you put up on TikTok.
Mark, you're the king of that, Marcus.
Used to be.
Used to be.
I'm here for a hire, man. Not hire, but I'm here for the voiceovers.
Ooh,
All right, I'm gonna start sending you a bunch of scripts now.
thank you. Please do.
Yes.
That's awesome.
All right, but back to Hilda. Yes, that is an awesome song. Congratulations on that, making his debut right here, and we're honored. Thank you, Rick, for sending us that single right there. And we're officially gonna have it on Mas Chingon Radio after tonight. So
Thank you so much. This song is probably the most emotional song for me. Not because of the message, but because of who originally sang the song.
Yeah, Dulce, your aunt.
Yes. So for the longest time, I would always bring her up to Rick. Say, oh yeah, that's my tia. And he would always tell me, no, it's not. Like, he was like, I can't believe that. So, okay, fine. So when my tia Dulce's mom passed, and this is the sweetest thing she ever did for me. I never knew that if I would ever meet her again. And I went to her mom's funeral in Brownsville, and I pulled her aside after the services, and I asked her, I said, would you please take a picture with me? And she didn't have any makeup on. She was real natural. And I promised her, I said, I will be the only one who sees this. I will not show this to anybody else. I will not post it anywhere. I just want this memory for me. And she was very gracious, and she took the photo with me. And till this day, no one will ever see it. The only person who's ever seen this photo was Rick.
I bet you D found it.
Hold on. What are you talking
about?
No,
because it's never been online, y'all. Never. And it will never be online, because I will forever keep that promise to her, because she was all about her image. And there was a certain way that you present yourself. And she truly believed that, and she embodied that in everything. And so I would never, ever, ever betray her trust like that, because she did some things just so sweet for me. And she didn't know me. We literally had just met that day. I had only heard of her through stories, like from my grandmother or from my mom, but I didn't know her because she was in Mexico. We were in the United States. And there was no connection. Like, my Spanish is horrendous. Like, I would be honest. I don't know if you guys caught any of my interviews in Mexico earlier this year. Yeah, it was comical, y'all. Like, I'm surprised at that press. Like, they could have had me for lunch, but they were super sweet.
Marcus and I are both afraid of having to do interviews in Mexico. So yeah, we know the fear and the pain is real.
So am I, and I can speak it. I just can't speak it fluent well, like they do over there. And it's like, that's the reason why it prevents me from bringing Mexican artists, from there to do interviews, because it's very difficult at times.
Yeah. And so when I took that picture, I did show it to Rick when I came back, and he was like, what? Like, he was so kind of like, well, you're not lying. And but that started a beautiful relationship between her and I wish we could have been closer, but of course the language barrier. So I would write to her, and I would use Google Translate to translate all my English to Spanish, and we would communicate on Facebook or via email. She was very supportive of my career. She actually would share some of my stuff on her socials. And, we got the opportunity, and I say we because Rick joined me in this venture about 2 years ago now. I got a call from my tia Isabel, which is my tia Dulce's sister. And she was like, hey, so Dulce's doing a show here in the States, and she ran into some problems with her band crossing over because of visas and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, yeah, sure, don't worry about it. I have musicians. We'll hook her up. So long story short, they were able to get the musicians figured out, right? But when her manager called me, I asked him, I was like, hey, so when is the show? Where is it happening? And so he told me, and I said, okay, well, how can I get tickets? And he told me, just tell me how many you need. And like, literally, it was just that simple. And so I was like, great. So we got 4 tickets, and I just anticipated going to the show just to watch her live. And let me tell you, that was amazing, because for a woman in her mid-60s to sing every single song in the original key, and those keys are not easy to sing in, and to command a stage and not lose her pitch and still sing with such intensity, and just, wow, it was just amazing. And I aspire to do that one day. Like, I want to be able to be in my mid 60s and still belt it out like that and not miss a note, because she could do it. She was the consummate professional. I mean, she's just amazing. And I still remember that night after the concert, we went to the back and we got to visit with her. And, just there's some pictures that we did share. But it was just a beautiful, beautiful night. And I was so blessed because I was able to give her a thumb drive before Amor Condicional and Caprichosa came out. I gave her a thumb drive with those on there because I wanted her to hear them and listen to them. And that night, Rick had an idea. He's like, why don't you do one of her songs? In fact, it was Tu Muñeca. And he's like, do you think she would collaborate with you? And so we started formulating this whole thing. We went into the studio. We started recording a version. I laid a cue vocal down. And before we could even approach her about the idea, that's when she got sick. Oh. And it's for me, I don't even have words right now, because that night there at her concert, she had told me that the next time that she tours the U.S., that she would bring me along and I would open for her. And I remember how excited I was. I was like, wow, this is like coming full circle. And I get to share the stage with somebody just this amazing. Because yes, while she was my tia, like as an artist, she was just so iconic, and when she got sick, it was just kind of like, okay, let's not approach her about this idea. And then before too long, unfortunately we lost her in December. And so what started out as just like a fun project to maybe do together and collaborate, which that's one of the regrets that I have, is not being able to ever collaborate with her. It turned into an homenaje project. And I talked to my tia Isabel and I wanted her blessing on this before we did anything with it. And she said yes. She was very, very excited for it, and very, she really wants this to happen. And she told me something on the phone, and she just said, if not you, somebody else will, but it should be you because you're family.
Yeah.
And so then we went back to the drawing board. The original version we had of Tu Muñeca, which was a cumbia, we just scrapped it. And I was like, we need to do this right. And I wasn't feeling it. Like the compás just wasn't there for me. And so we went through and I reached out to all these different friends that I have. Rick reached out to some of his friends. And then we came across the same arranger who did Amor Condicional and Caprichosa. He goes by the name Luis Vargas. They're in Matamoros, Mexico. And I pitched him the idea. And I just told him, look, this is the song I want to start with. And I'm feeling it estilo cumbia. And like within 2 days, he just like threw a version at me. He goes, if you don't like it, tell me what you don't like. And I just remember looking at Rick and I was just in tears because it just felt right.
So is it going to be an album of all of her songs that are
Yes.
remakes?
Yes. So we're doing a whole homenaje project, all of my tia's songs.
Nice.
And we're doing it estilo Tejano. So I'm of Mexican descent. My mom was born and raised in Matamoros, Mexico, but I am from the States, y'all. Like I have the best of both worlds. I've got some Mexico in me, but I'm also Texan. So it just, to me, it just felt so fitting to do it my way, like how I would enjoy it, how my friends would enjoy it. And, and do it in a Tejano-ish kind of way that's still international, that still kind of blends everything together.
Well, then do me a favor. Lean over and ask Rick, when can we expect the album? When can we expect to be able to show the videos here on Tejano TV?
Well, we're actually working on the video formula right now for Tu Muñeca. So Tu Muñeca officially comes out on June 6th. I'm hoping the video will be done by the end of June. And I'm excited. I have some little Easter eggs I'm dropping in there. In every single one of the recordings, I'm doing some little Easter eggs in there.
Ooh, so, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, because to me, it's important. It's not just a matter of, let me just cover her songs, right?
Right.
To me, it's sharing her music with, a different, I don't want to say genre, because I think a lot of people in Tejano music do know who she is. She was that big.
Yeah.
But I think it's just more of a different age group. Because she was real big in the 80s and 90s.
Right.
And so, here we are, time has passed, and I just think her music still resonates so much. when I was going through her like catalogs of music, man, first she's just an amazing vocalist, but these lyrics. Oh, I tell you, remember what I told you guys earlier about they just don't write songs the same way today?
Nope.
Yeah. Well.
Man, it's like it's the same thing in Spanish because man, these lyrics hit hard. I was like, what the heck is this? And
I like when they do this in a song. They kind of
yes. Yes. Oh, and so I just thought it was fitting to kick it off with Tu Muñeca, because that was the first song I ever heard of hers, and it was my mom's favorite. And so I was like, you know what, let's do this. And I'm so excited. And I don't know if he wants this out or I don't think he's gonna care. But shout out to Mr. Jose Rosario. Because he and I had this conversation about doing Tu Muñeca as a cumbia probably maybe about 8 months ago. And maybe even longer. And we were talking about it, and it's such a small world because we were pitching this idea, and he was the one who was behind. I don't know if you guys remember that singer from the 90s, Esmeralda.
Gee.
Yeah. Okay. So she did the same song, pero estilo. It was a ranchera.
Yeah.
I think she was also under Hacienda at one point too.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure the history.
She was under many music for a while too.
Yeah. And so what Jose had shared with me is that he was the one that, got her to do the cover. And so he had told me, he was like, man, I'd always just felt that song was a cumbia. And that's when I told him, hey, we're working on a cumbia. So one of the first people I shared this with was Jose Rosario. And I sent it to him via text. It was like, hey, okay, remember that cumbia we were talking about? Here it is. And, he sent me some really encouraging words. I don't think I want to share that text message yet because I just don't want to get.
Why not? You brought it up.
I'm just going to say he shared some very encouraging words, and it really meant the world to me. And, he also is familiar with my tia and traveling those circles and everything. And so it just kind of feels so fitting to have him as part of my team for this release. It's very, very special to me. So I'm very grateful that Jose Rosario has decided to come on board and help me with this. And I've got a dynamite team. I've got Rick on production. I've got Luis Vargas on all of my arrangements. And that guys, y'all have no idea what he's been cooking up. Like, he's so super talented. And then, of course, with Jose Rosario on promotion, I've got my manager, Orlando Gonzalez, just really, starting to book and do some awesome things. I've got my amazing band. We're going to actually debut this Friday night at the Elks Lodge here in Harlingen. So I'm excited to do it live for the first time.
I'm ticked off. I'm pissed off right now.
Why?
Because all these singers that we've had interviews with, and they never introduced the members of the band because they're just the backup, I guess. They're they're like stage ornaments or something.
No, oh my God, I have the most amazing band. I will forever.
No. Now you're gonna try to introduce the guys in the band, but it's too late for me. No.
You know what? No, let me tell you about my band though. They are super talented. I do not deserve to share the stage with these guys. That's how good
I agree now.
They are so humble, and they are not about the spotlight at all. Like, to me, that's almost unheard of because in every band I've always been in, there's always been somebody who's like battling, right? They're not like this. They literally are in this for the music because they enjoy making music and playing music, and it's so refreshing because it's not about egos. And so even like I've invited them to different interviews, and I remember I did Domingo Live show and they played on the show with me, but they did not want to be in the interview. They're like, no, you can do that by yourself. Like, what is that? But I do have amazing guys. And so I am going to give them a shout out because I do think that they're that amazing. And so on keyboards and accordion, I've got Mr. Richard Della Riva. He also plays trumpet on some of the stuff live too. All my guys are multi-instrumentalists, which is great. Mr. Derek Rivera on drums and percussion. Mm-hmm. His son also comes to sit in on some shows too. So that's really, really cool whenever he gets to come in and share the stage with us. And then, of course, on bass, I've got Mr. Jay Pena, one of my dearest friends. He is super cool. He always lays down that funky groove. I love it. And then, of course, on guitar, Mr. Eric Huguenet. I just cannot say enough about my band. Like, they really are just amazing.
They don't have egos like Grupo Sistema.
Oh, I'm out of here. Okay, well, goodbye, guys.
Or like that other group from the 90s, Culturas.
Yeah.
You're not dragging me down, buddy.
I'm just kidding.
No, these are great sports because we in our live show we incorporate a lot of covers, but we also do a lot of originals. And I don't just keep it one genre, so I make it very challenging for them to understand.
Well, I was gonna get into that with this this comment. Mr. Luis Garcia says, "Good job on your debut single called Mi Muñeca." It's not actually her debut; it's the single's debut. But she's been doing music before Tejano. She did a lot of R&B, soul, country music before she even got into Tejano music. We'll let her talk about that right now. Mr. Joe Leal says, "Saludos y bendiciones, amigos." Thank you for tuning in, Joe. Appreciate you. So yeah, you have a history before the
Yeah, she's
Hano.
got a music video out there from high school that I still want to see.
You know what? Hold on. I might on the next video remind me and I will see if I can pull up at least a picture.
I want to see the church videos.
Oh, I have some of the church videos. Like
I want to see the church videos where she's singing too high and the pastor just said, "Hey, you're gonna have to leave."
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. No, but I did run across one church video from like I was maybe 14, 15, and it was for another Christmas pageant or Easter pageant or something. And I was like, hey, wow, okay, all right. I wasn't that bad. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, my first record came out in 2009. But that took about 4 years to develop. I was signed to Hacienda in 2005, and we had no idea what genre I was going to go into. Literally, that album, it was called Latina Soul, and we threw spaghetti at the wall. That's how Rick and I described it. We had blues, R&B, rock en español. I don't even know what else. There was like 19 tracks on this record.
So where did you get? So is that where you got the name, the Queen of Latina Soul?
Latina Soulstress.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, no, Rick calls her the Queen of Latina Soul. So
yeah, Rick tried to explain that phrase, and I don't even know how that came about.
Well, it's a tribute to Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul. So the Queen of Latina Soul.
Maybe that's what it was.
But I mean, you got an amazing voice, a great vocal range. I mean, you can pretty much sing anything. You know, I mean, you've already seen it. We've heard it. You know, you can sing R&B if you wanted to full time and make it. And you're doing Tejano and a little bit of, you know, mixtures of cumbias and stuff in there. But I mean, I don't think there's a genre you really can't touch.
Oh, y'all are super sweet. That's loving music though. Like I think anybody who truly is a lover of music, not just a genre, but just of music as a whole, the sky's the limit, man. You can do anything. It's just all how much passion do you want to put behind it.
You're just gonna have to record in Aretha Franklin now because you already got it stuck in my head now.
I don't know if I have any Aretha Franklin recorded, believe it or not. I'm gonna have to change that. But yeah, I mean, I do it a lot live. So actually, there's some videos up on my YouTube of Chain of Fools. That's my show closer. I close.
Dude, go find it.
No, I'm not going to go find it because we got at least one more video for the audience to see before we say goodnight.
Yes, we do have we do have one more video. But so what's next? You got a couple singles out actually. Like 3 or 4 singles that you do have. I mean, so you're working on a full album.
I'm working on like 5 different full albums right now. I'm not gonna lie about that. Like Rick has always said this about me. I'm a great starter, but a horrible finisher because I get so, it's like I have ADD when it comes to music. Yep. Because I get so excited all the time. So we have the Homenaje project, which we need to finish that one this year. That's non-negotiable. That's just something that we're doing. Then I have the other Tejano project that I've been working on. And this is where Danny comes in because his brother David was the one who got me to start singing Tejano music because I didn't want to. But David would always tell me every time I'd have a new song, every time, he'd always be like, "Ay, mijita, please just sing me one Tejano song. Just one. That's all I need."
Wow.
And so I would always tell him, okay, David, I will, right? Because my plate was always so full. At that time, I was touring full time doing the blues circuit. So I was happy. I was making money. I was like, I was just doing my thing. And then suddenly we lost David, like literally from one day to the next. And I looked at Rick and I said, I have to do that Tejano song. And then that turned into a whole Tejano project. And so that is my thank you to David, because he truly loved everything about Tejano music.
And it was actually a conjunto song.
But my first one?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
That was her debut right there into Tejano, was a conjunto song.
It was Mientras Él Me Ame.
Yes.
And okay, here's a little curveball in there. That was written by Gabriel and Adasa Candiani.
Oh wow.
Way before Encanto even came out.
Cool.
Yeah. So go figure.
A bunch of circles.
Full circle, like I think this is what I'm enjoying about this part of my life and this time in my life, is I'm starting to see full circles. So another full circle moment for me happened a couple of months ago at the radio gala, and I was sitting there talking with Patsy Torres. What you guys don't know is my very first concert that I ever watched was in my middle school in Aransas Pass, Texas, and it was the Patsy Torres Positive Force Tour.
Oh gosh!
Oh wow!
And
those days.
That tour, I remember walking away from that, and I think it was in 7th or 8th grade, and I was like, "That's what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Like, that's what I want to do." That was the first time in my whole entire life that I was sitting as a member of the audience, and I still struggle with this. I still get this feeling all the time, and I felt so out of place being in the audience. I was like, "No, I belong on the stage. Like, what am I doing sitting here?" And I don't know if any other musician ever has that feeling, but I still get this. Every single time I'm at a concert, it's very rare that I can sit in an audience and not have that feeling come over me. Like, what the heck am I doing being a member of the audience? And a lot of my friends don't understand it. Like, they don't. They think I'm crazy. But I get this high being on stage. And it's incomparable to anything. Like, nothing in my life has ever given me the high that I get when I'm on stage. And it's the happiest I've ever been in my life. Mm-hmm. And it's my happy spot. And there's nothing in this world that could ever take the place of that feeling. And I know that because I've searched for it. I have tried to duplicate this. And it doesn't happen. Only when I'm on stage.
Isn't it weird that certain artists, I guess, that you see just have an impact on your career and your life? And then later on you run into them again and you tell them that story, and see the expression on their face when you tell them that?
Yeah, like it's amazing. And I told her, I was like, I would love to sing with you sometime. And she was like, yes, let's do it. And I'm like, man, talk about full circles. Like and then like my full circle moment with Elida, like I have been a fan of hers for a long time. And I met her father-in-law. And I remember this was last year, I want to say, she was doing a concert in San Benito. And her father-in-law was real gracious. He was like, hey, come sit up here in the front of the stage. And so, that little part between the stage and the barrier that they keep like the crowd out? So I was right in there. I was like the only one there with my little chair. And she looked down at me and she saw me and it was like she knew who I was because she's waving to me. And I was like, wait, what? She's excited to see me? Like, what? And and I still remember she came down the stage and she was singing to everybody and she gave me a hug. And I was like, oh my God, she knows who I am. Like, and I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, there's just like all these little full circle moments. And then of course getting to meet Shelly, that has been an amazing journey because, she's my friend. I can text her, like literally I text her like, hey, what's going on? Right. And I never thought that would ever be possible. And it's like, wow, like how do I get in these circles? And then of course the whole Adasa thing, like that's incredible.
So Hilda, when were you officially diagnosed with ADHD?
Never.
Because all this stemmed from. So what are you working on next?
Hey, but you notice though that one woman conversation went on for like 4 or 5 minutes. We didn't even say a word.
No, it was cool. It was great.
Has that ever happened to y'all? Like where somebody just like
You gave us the clue when you said that Rick says that you're a starter but not a finisher because of your ADHD, and I said, that's where this is going.
I think I really do have like that diagnosis.
You do.
Yeah,
A lot of people do. Yeah.
Thing. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to blog about it, but then I'll probably forget what I'm blogging about and talk about something else.
But that's what makes you creative, because one thing associates with another thing, and they may not be related at all, but you make a connection, and then people see it and go, "Oh!" And that's what makes you a great entertainer too. So, yeah,
thank you.
You're fun to talk to, and it's like, oh, okay, I could just watch the Hilda Lamas show. Go ahead.
We need a Rick and Hilda reality show.
We've been saying that for the longest time. Okay, so I'm gonna like totally call us out on this. When we get into fights, like, my God, like,
Nobody has a last word.
It's hilarious because sometimes we'll just be going at it, and then all of a sudden we look at each other and we just start laughing. Like, it's just like, okay, all right, next, let's just move on. Or I am really short-tempered, especially when I'm in a hurry. Like, don't mess up my agenda. Like, I already have my whole day planned. Don't interfere. Don't throw me a curveball, because I'm just gonna get mad. Like, I get cranky. And I fully take that. It's one of my character defects. I try to do better. I really do.
Oh, so you do have the diva characteristic, huh?
Do I? Is that a diva characteristic?
Oh, absolutely. Things have to be a certain way, or else you cannot function properly, right? It upsets your whole agenda. Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to shut her down now. We need to stop this because she's going to ruin her life. Take it from the other great divas who are not here. So let's
just give her another cup of coffee and let her go at it.
No, I really don't drink coffee.
Thank you.
I'm an energy drink girl, so like I'll do like Monster Zeros, which I just started drinking.
What?
No. I was a Red Bull Zero girl, but then a friend of mine gave me a Monster Zero, and I was like, "Hey, this is like really good."
The white can.
If you give me caffeine,
no, it's like the peach. It's like a peach flavor, and then there's like a grape flavor, and I like those. And then, of course, I love my Dutch Bros. So you can't go wrong with Dutch Bros. So shout out to Dutch Bros. If you guys want to sponsor me, just hit me up. I love Dutch Bros.
Wow. No caffeine. If you gave me caffeine, you'd have to peel me off the ceiling. No.
No, I need caffeine to function. I really, really do.
Oh my God. Rick said he's in on the reality show.
Reality show.
I want to see that. That'd be awesome. Get a couple episodes recorded. We'll have them here on. We'll debut them right here on Tejano TV.
How about you guys just like air the show? Like we'll shoot it.
That's what I meant. You just record a couple episodes of you guys and just we'll debut it here.
Hey Marcus. Yeah. 15 minutes ago, I tried to debut the next video, and it hasn't worked yet.
It hasn't happened yet.
What do you expect when you got 4 people up here with ADHD? I mean, it's not just her. We have it all too.
If y'all leave me alone, I will sit here and I would just like talk to myself for like days. It's because I don't have a lot of friends, y'all. Like I'm I really don't, and I think I know why.
Oh, I want to see what kind of dark turn her brain goes to, man. She starts talking to herself.
No, y'all don't want to know where my
Rick just said, "I thought you were my friend."
But Rick thinks that I'm his friend.
Wow,
we're best friends.
Hey,
he didn't say that.
Do we have another video?
I'm really looking.
He's like the only one in this world that can actually put up with me. So I don't know if that's not love. I don't know what it is. Because I'm bad. Like nah.
And
I'm trying to put on my eyelashes, and like he's driving or something, and I'm like, why the hell are you hitting the brake? Like, why are you doing that? I'm just trying to put my freaking eyelashes on.
I like Rick more and more. The more you talk about him, the more I like him. I like hitting the brakes while you're doing makeup. I like that.
That's the funny part is he doesn't even do it on purpose.
I couldn't do that. That would be instant divorce for me. I couldn't do that.
Hey Juan, do we have another video?
Of course.
Jeez, Juan, I was waiting for this.
He's waiting for his moment.
Oh wait, Marcus, you're still on?
Yeah, I'm still here. Just play it, brother.
Oh.
Somebody needs to go back and count how many words Marcus has actually spoken throughout this entire interview.
Don't do that.
We need to let Marcus handle one whole show by himself.
Look, it would be easy if I had Hilda. I just
So okay, so there it goes. If me and D were absent, you guys can host the show then.
Bye.
All right, here's the next video right here. And this is another awesome one. And this one is called Amor Condicional, right here on the Three Amigos Show.
Un amor sincero, eso quiero yo de ti. Un amor divino, solo para mí. Un amor que tenga la fuerza de un huracán. Un amor completo, no me hagas que me das. Solamente pido que me des tu atención. No seré esa gata que maulle por tu amor. A mí me vas a amar con 6 sentidos. A mí me vas a dar lo que te pido. Amante sin control de noche y día. Amantes de verdad no se limitan. Si es un amor condicional, de esos me encuentro a la vuelta de la esquina. Tal vez en tu vida fue común amar así. Yo no soy perfecta, pero en esto por favor, solamente pido que me des tu atención. No seré esa gata que maulle por tu amor. A mí me vas a amar con 6 sentidos. A mí me vas a dar lo que te pido. Amante sin control de noche y día. Amante
Archie's Homestyle Burgers, a proud sponsor of Tejano TV, home of Cthulhu's famous homestyle burger.
That commercial made me hungry.
Who was the background vocalist on that one? The guy that helped set you up there for the choruses? That on the
That
video?
is a guy named Pedro Marroquin.
Oh,
And
he's the composer.
Yeah, he wrote the song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice work on that song. Oh, man.
Thank you. Thank you. That was probably one of my favorites to record.
Yeah, but you're in the stratosphere at the end of that song. My gosh.
Did you strain yourself hitting that high?
Actually, believe it or not, it's not even that high for me.
Okay, this interview's over.
That high for that long, and then just ranges went from down here all the way up, and just like that, I was like, "Wow, that's crazy."
You know, for the longest time, I did not even like my own voice because
Nobody does. Nobody does. There's not an artist in the world that likes their voice, because every voice that is famous has something wrong with it. Every famous voice has something wrong with it. Some people have a list. I mean, come on. I mean, what was that song? You are so beautiful.
that's a great impression. I love that.
Well, the thing is, I mean, no, that's not a great voice. Nobody likes their voice because you hear your voice through bone conduction. Your head resonates, and you hear yourself all your life one way. Then you hear it on a recording, and you go, oh, "That's what I sound like. I sound horrible." Get over it, chick. People love your voice. We love your voice, so
Thank
get
you.
over it.
I just felt like I was just so loud, and I didn't understand it. Like I was like, why can't I have a quiet voice? And then it wasn't until I finally started delving into my tia's music and I understood. Like I'm like, this is a genetic thing. It's okay. All right.
Well, that's what you've been practicing your whole life for, since you were at church, getting kicked out for singing too loud.
Singing too loud, yeah. And now she wants to go, like, take it back. Look, I want a quieter voice.
I don't know. I mean, even D liked the sound of his own voice. I mean, he said, "Bésame." Okay, damn, that sounds great. Hell yeah.
Oh,
Keep
man,
on going.
Nah, yeah, right. Nobody. I guarantee you, no one likes the sound of their own voice. Do they, Marcus? Do you like the sound?
Keep my voice.
Exactly. Everybody does, and that's just the price.
But Marcus can dance.
I want to see him twerk. I want to see
I
Marcus.
like D. D's a little Chippendale.
Anyway, Hilda, it's been great having you on the show. We've enjoyed this time together here on the Three Amigos show, but we've got one more piece of business that we simply must do, and that is you need to do some drops for Tejano TV.
Oh, okay. What am I dropping?
All you
dropping
He's dropping it like it's hot, baby.
No. That's Marcus, not me.
Ah.
We gotta make T-shirts dancing. Marcus, man.
You know what? One, I like. Here's my ADD moment. Like squirrel. I sent you photos.
Squirrel.
You sent me photos where?
I did to your
What kind of
messenger.
To where?
Guys, it was appropriate photos. To your messenger.
Oh, I can't even pull it up here on this computer.
You're okay. Well then, that's your mess. It's okay. It was for my first music video, but I was like, okay.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can actually.
I can make it work.
Hey, it must be under wands.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, I can send him to D and he can pull them up.
You bet.
Good. Send him to D. That way he can pull them up.
Oh yeah, I'll alter them before they hit the air. But
wow.
I was so excited. You want to know what I loved about?
Oh my gosh!
Was that the Renaissance thing you were talking about?
Yeah, the Renaissance.
Yes. I had to.
So cool. Okay, wait.
Was there's two pictures, right?
Why did you give me an angry face? Like
No. Sorry, I was trying to send them over and it went to the faces. I hate when them emojis come up like that when you're trying to do something.
No, so like I
did it on purpose.
I gotta get.
Why would I be angry?
I don't know. Why would you be angry?
Yeah,
because I totally hijacked your whole entire show and I just started talking about random things.
Hey, you're not the first and you won't be the last.
Well, right now, before I forget, I do have to give a big shout out to one of my sponsors, and he's amazing. The RGB Direct Care out of Westlaco, Dr. Escobedo and his entire team. So if you notice from that last video to what you're looking at now, I am down to almost 100 pounds in the last year. So I've been under doctor's care, of course, doing like the whole injections and stuff like that, eating healthier, being better, being a better me.
All you need to worry about is being healthy so that you can perform at your best. That's all you.
Yes.
Don't worry about body image. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Just be you.
Yeah, well, and I think that needs to be said too, because I'm a diabetic. So first and foremost, that's what I'm taking care of is my diabetes. So that's why I'm on Monjaro, because I am a diabetic. And so we are working very hard to reverse that. And in the process, of course, I'm getting my body back, which is great. So the biggest I was in a 5X. I'm down to a 3X, and I have no shame about talking about that because
why should you?
It's just part of who I am. It's part of my journey. And
Hey, what she's trying to tell everybody is that she's getting ready for that hot tub that they're going to put in the backyard over there.
Oh,
yes.
We were talking about the Renaissance pictures, and I was just wanted to bring those up because those are pretty cool. That was part of the video. That was part of a wedding ceremony.
Yeah, that's the actual couple that got married.
That's awesome. That's a lot of detail.
Yeah, and so the song is from this moment on. It was Brian White and Shania Twain, and full circle moment again because I have to bring this up. It's so crazy. I always used to tell all my friends growing up in high school, I'm like, one day I'm going to sing with Brian White. One day I'm going to sing with Brian White. And so this maybe happened 10 years ago now. I was performing at the Rockport Seafair, and I knew I was going to open for Brian White. And so after my set, of course, Brian White's getting on the stage. And of course, I've been a big fan since I was a little girl. So I was like, no, I'm staying here for the show. But Rick and my keyboard player at the time, Mike Gregory, they were like, nah, we're hungry. We're going to go get something to eat. Have a good time by yourself.
That's a band picking up for you there.
Yeah. And so Rick's famous last words, right? Because he goes, it's not like you're going to get up and jump on stage with him and sing or anything. Ta-da! And I was like, you never know, right? I'm on this positive thinking here. So they take off. They go grab dinner up the street. And I'm still there waiting on the side of the stage, in my own little private area, watching Brian White just do his thing. And then at the very last song, he picks somebody from the audience to come up and sing with him from this moment on.
Yeah.
So this girl that comes up there, she's all excited and I'm all bummed out because I'm like, hey, you should have chose me, but whatever. And halfway through this song, and I'm already haterade over here because I'm just like, man, that should have been me. Anyway, she did not know the song, at all.
Oh, cool.
So it was nightmare for him. So halfway.
Did you sing really loud from the side of the stage?
No. This is where relationships come into play. So he stops halfway through the song and he looks at her and he's like, hey, you really don't know the song. She's like, no, I'm so sorry. But she's cute or whatever. So she gets off the stage. So she's getting off the stage. The promoter is at the back of the stage. I sneak around there. I say, hey, is the microphone still on? He's like, yeah. So I take the microphone and I start singing with him off stage. And then the promoter's like, get on stage. So I actually got to get on stage and sing with Brian White. Full moment, true story. There is a video that's 30 seconds long that's on my Facebook. And so later, when I was all said and done, I went to the restaurant and I met Rick and my keyboard player. And I was like, yeah, y'all missed it. And they were like, and I showed it the video and I was like, this is what happened, y'all. So there it is.
Oh, see, no. Wow. Oh, man. See, that was a great story up until that point where you went in your face.
Rub it in their face, yeah.
It's my husband. I have to do that to him. Especially because he was negative Nelly, it's never going to happen. And yeah, and guys, seriously, I have had some amazing experiences in my career, and I'm just forever thankful to everybody who's made them happen. I could be here all night telling you about all the amazing people I've met and I've performed with, and I'm still in awe that I got to meet these people. I just don't feel like I'm worthy, but it's my life, so I can't really complain because it's my life.
So all the experiences are crazy.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Juan.
No, I was just saying all the experiences are just amazing. I've seen follow you guys on social media. Of course, I see everywhere that you go. You know, you go to all these award shows, country award shows that you're being a part of now, and they invite you to be a part of those shows to sing country music. You know, travel to Tennessee, you know, travel to Miami and stuff, and you're being invited to these shows to perform either national anthems or just that genre of music. So man, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and man, guys, like some of the people though, like I got to meet Dennis Quaid, like the Dennis Quaid. Like no, like y'all don't understand. So I'm a big Dennis Quaid fan, and I literally like almost bulldozed the guy in the freaking lobby. Like, so we were in, I think it was in Lubbock, and we were in the hotel, and he was on this thing. He was going to get an award, and I was getting an award that night too. Is for a country event, and I think it was like the CMAs of Texas or something like that. And so I'm in a hurry because I'm always late. I'm always like notoriously. I'm never ready on time.
Diva.
Yeah. So I'm like rushing. I'm like, come on, we gotta go. We're gonna be late. Diva. And so I'm running out of the elevator, not watching who's in my way. And literally, I like run into this guy, and this guy's like, "Whoa, little lady!" Like, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm like, whatever, right?" And I don't realize who it is. Like, he's just so nice, and then he smiles like real big.
But that Dennis Quaid smile.
Yes, the Dennis Quaid smile, and I'm like speechless. I could not say anything. Like, can you believe that? Like me, speechless. Yeah, it really happened. It's a real thing. And I'm like, I can't even get the words out. And finally, Rick's just, come and taking his sweet time out of the elevator. So he totally misses the interaction. And I tell him, like, that was Dennis Quaid. Like, that was the Dennis Quaid. And he was like, no, that guy. And I was like, yes, like, that is the Dennis Quaid. And I'm like freaking out in the lobby, right? And of course, Dennis Quaid's already up the elevator. And Rick goes, that guy, like, really that guy? I was like, yes. And he goes, I've been riding up and down the elevator all afternoon with that guy, and I thought he was some trucker.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. And so I was like, you think he's going to go to the awards? Like, why else would he be here, right? So long story short, I get to perform, and I'm like, okay, I'm like the first performer of the night. And I go up to the green room because it was my first performance after having COVID. So I wasn't even like secure in myself yet to be able to perform. Because I was like hospitalized for like 2 weeks. So I was like, okay, go up there to the green room, kind of get my nerves in check. And who pops up to the green room? Dennis Quaid. I literally get to have a whole conversation with him and hold his guitar while he sat there and signed autographs for everybody. And he was the sweetest person. And I was like, man, that guy didn't tell anybody no that night, even though he was trying to tune his guitar because he was performing. No, he was super cool. Like, oh yeah, sure. You want a picture? Great. Let me just throw my guitar over here. And yeah. So it was a super cool moment.
And Rick still missed that part.
No, Rick was there, but I don't think he really care. Like, Rick does not get like all starstruck like I do. I get starstruck. Like,
so Diva, what does any of this have to do with the drops for Tejano TV?
That's the ADHD.
Moment, y'all. Like, I have a lot of these.
I have no doubt.
That's the
Many
ADD.
of these you have.
This is why I need my own show, y'all.
I'm telling you, Gilbert's on what it says very cool.
Which part, Gilbert, which part was very cool?
All of it.
All of it. Okay.
All of it. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to that night. We're gonna go ahead and get back on point here, and we're gonna put.
I have more to say.
You're insane.
I was like, I had more to say. No, I'm I really don't. I need to stop talking.
Drops for Tejano TV. She must perform.
Put on a big screen.
Dennis Q. Okay.
The meeting Dennis Quaid. Okay,
yeah,
got it.
That's what I figured. All right, we're gonna put Hilda here on the big part on the big screen here, and D's gonna run through a few drops.
All you got to do is say, hi, my name is Hilda Lamas, and you're watching Tejano TV. And just make it as much Hilda as you possibly can. Just stay focused.
Can you handle that much, Hilda? Like,
we're about to find out.
Okay, what am I saying again? Because I already lost it right now.
Wow.
Hi, this is Hilda Lamas, and you're watching Tejano TV. Something of that nature.
Okay, cool.
In 3, 2.
Hi, this is Hilda Lamas, and you're watching Tejano TV.
Great hold. And oh yeah, by the way, we're still streaming this so people can see you. When you screw up, it's going to be broadcast for everyone to see just how quirky you are. The next
Great
one
attention
is,
breaker.
the next one is Tejano Classic TV. Same thing, just Tejano Classic TV. In 3, 2.
Hi, this is Hilda Lamas, and you're watching Tejano Classic TV.
Perfect. Now we're going to see your creative and ad-lib skills. This is for the Three Amigos show, the most fabulous show on the planet, your favorite show of all time, the show that I starred in, the Three Amigos show. Whatever, just make it up, anything you want in 3. Hey, composure now.
Am I saying all that again? Like, what?
Just be Hilda.
Just make it yours.
Just be Hilda. In 3, 2.
Hi, this is Hilda Lamas, and you're watching the funniest show in Tejano music, the Three Amigos show.
That was good. I like that one. That was.
I don't think anybody's ever called us funny.
I know, really.
Are you kidding me? Y'all are hilarious.
As far as the drops go.
I've been laughing at myself the whole time.
Oh, we're laughing at you. Anyway.
Y'all are laughing with me, right? Yeah.
No, not with you, at you. Drop number 4 is for Lila's Plays. Put Z's on the end of that. Lila's Plays.
Okay.
So, and you're watching Lila's Plays in 3, 2.
Hi, this is Hilda Lamas, and you're watching Lila's Plays.
Perfect. And what's the 5th one we want to do? 1?
This is going to be just an audio drop right here. We're going to cut it out, and it's going to be introduce yourself, and you are listening to Mazz Chingon Radio, the People's Station.
Got it?
Okay, I think I got it, but we're going to see if I got that one. That one's kind of a hard one.
No, you're listening this time. Listening to
listening.
Mazz Chingon Radio, the People's Station. In 3, 2.
Hi, this is Hilda Lamas, and you're listening to Mazz Chingon Radio, the People's Station.
Nice. Oh, I like that nice little
5 for 5
voice. That was good. That was it. You're done for the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, then put your hands together for the incomparable Hilda Lama.
Oh, man, that was awesome.
Survived like a whole 2 hours with me. How did y'all do?
Oh, this is nothing. This is nothing. We've got our winners so far. We have Jaime de Anda at 3 hours and 7 minutes. Pete Astudillo at 3 hours and 2 minutes. He could not survive another 5 minutes to beat the record.
He had to go to the bathroom.
I don't think y'all can handle me for another hour.
All right, there's the challenge. Challenge accepted.
Hey, Marcus, you wanted to talk more? Here you go.
Here you go, Marcus. You're on your own.
Marcus, how's it going, Marcus?
Good, Hilda.
Tell me about you. I've heard nothing about you all night other than you twerking.
Oh my God.
All right, let's come back for the rescue.
Thank you. He rescued me.
Hey, I was getting ready for my whole, okay, Marcus, give me a how-to on how to twerk. Like,
you see, Marcus, be careful what you wish for.
He was the actual chip and gel dancer.
Hey,
can we see that? Can we see that? Like, I want to see that.
Sorry, it was back during the early. Oh gosh, it was the mid '80s. Mid '80s.
I was like 5. That would have been horribly.
Thank you for that, Hilda.
If you have a Betamax, you could probably watch it.
Really? I mean, would that be considered inappropriate now that I'm old enough to watch it? Even though I was like 5 at the time, like.
Anyway, that's our show for this evening. Thank you to our guest Hilda Lamas for just being entertaining. Oh my gosh, my monitor just went out.
Did it?
It's okay. We can still see you.
I know that's just freaking me out though.
It's a sign that you can't handle me for another hour.
All right. Before we leave, let's see who we have for next week's show.
This week on the Three Amigos Show.
This week we've got 2 bands and 1 couple holding both together. The Three Amigos welcomes Beatriz Rojas of Destino Band and Eric Pastrano of Papi Chulos. Be here on June 4th when we talk to this power couple on how they managed 2 bands and raise a family too. That's Beatriz Rojas and Eric Pastrano.
Right here on the Three Amigos Show.
All right.
Beatriz, she's awesome. I
So
actually started cutting my like teeth, my early teeth with Beatriz, like in San Antonio.
Are we still interviewing Hilda?
She's interviewing us now, I think, at this point.
But I'm just getting commentary, guys.
You're getting comments?
Yeah.
Commentary.
No, she's doing commentary on us.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but there are comments. Who's Mr.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maria Garcia, hello, Mr. Colorado, with lots of love.
Hey, I can't see anybody.
Okay.
She said, forget the other two guys. Hello to all of you from Colorado.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
That's Dee's next door neighbor.
Oh,
In Pueblo.
you
Pueblo,
have
Colorado.
neighbors?
Not in this small town, no.
On the other side of the hill. All right, but thank you so much for joining us here, and it's been awesome, Hilda. Thank you so much,
Thank
and
you.
Also thank you to Rick for sending us the debut single. When is that single going to be officially released?
June the 6th is when it hits like everywhere, all digital platforms. But of course, you guys can request it on Mazz Chingon Radio now.
There you go. With your permission, we're gonna release it tonight. So
Let's do it.
okay, there you go. It'll be released tonight on Mazz Chingon Radio, and you guys can hear it throughout the day live. And we're gonna set it also to be voted on our top 20 countdown with DJ Noonan. So make sure you guys also get ready for that. Make sure you guys check out all of our platforms that we're on. The Three Amigos Show is now on Spotify. It is now on iHeartRadio. It is now on what is it? There was a few more. I can't remember right offhand. But there's a few more platforms where you can hear the Three Amigos Show, and of course watch it everywhere. And of course, make sure you guys continue to download Roku, and you can watch Tejano TV and Mazz Chingon Radio, and of course on Apple and Android, and of course on MazzChingonRadio.com, and you can watch all of our channels that we do have available for you guys, as well as all of our past shows, and of course all of our other podcasts that we do have. Make sure you guys check out Giras y Desveladas, Top 20 Countdown, Top 10 Music Video Countdown, Tu Música, Mi Casa. Yeah, Tejano Time Podcast, and of course the new one, Puro Potente, every Friday here on Tejano TV. Thank you, Hilda Lamas, for joining us. We really do appreciate it.
Guys, y'all are amazing. Thank you for having me.
All right, let's give a big shout out to our sponsors. My beautiful wife, Lila Mendoza with Lila Lee's Promotions, Janie's Record Shop, Archie's Homestyle Burger, Menantes Publishing, and Nuestra Música Monthly Magazine. And I am El Más Chingón, Juan Mendoza.
And I am D, spokesperson for Mana, which is Make America Native American Again.
Marcus Daniels Midnight Mariachi.
And our special guest tonight was
Hilda Lamas. Thank you guys so much.
And we'll see you next week right here on the Three Amigos Show. Until then, hi there, watch ho!
Next time on the Three Amigos Show. Next week, we've got two bands and one couple holding both together. The Three Amigos welcomes Beatriz Rojas of Destino Band and Eric Pastrano of Papi Chulos. Be here on June 4th when we talk to this power couple on how they manage two bands and raise a family too. That's Beatriz Rojas and Eric Pastrano right here next time on the Three Amigos Show. Brought to you by Mazz Chingon Radio, LilaLisaPromotions.com, Menantes Publishing, The Songwriter's Choice, Archie's Homestyle Burgers in Cotulla, Texas, Janie's Record Shop in San Antonio, Texas.